Assemble!
Woo!
We have like a theme song.
Podcasters assemble.
Dumb. Now, last episode, I claimed that this isn't going to be part of the pod, even though I'm doing my podcast voice. Last episode,
I love your podcast voice.
Last episode, I claimed that Emily's clap was better than Dan's. Wasn't better.
No,
Dan's
I can't clap.
Dan's was
Dan
far
can clap.
more audible than Emily's.
Because
I knew it was bad.
I am allowed.
This week, though, Emily's looked better, Dan. So we'll see.
That's fair.
But we'll see.
That's fair.
Yeah, maybe it's about
Mine's
looks.
consistently the same, so Em's will be up 1 week, down the next, whereas mine consistently the same.
Is it about looks or is it about sound, though?
Sound. When I'm editing, it's about sound.
Really? Wow.
What number episode is this?
6.
No.
7.
8.
No.
Is it 8?
It's 8.
Is it?
Because we've got the live one, which was whatever number.
We fucked that. That was my fault that we fucked that. The numbering.
Oh, okay. So I am now up to date with all of the previous ones, but that's what's confused me because there's like 5
Yeah, there's 5
online.
There's the
So
and then
6th
I knew
one.
we did
6
6.
is the one,
Yeah.
and then 7 is the
7's
live
the live
one. So
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is 8.
Okay, this is 8 then.
Okay. Good morrow, people of the internetiverse, and welcome to this week's episode 8 of Tasteful Nudes. I am your bodacious host, Dan, as always, joined as ever by the tuberculotic tangerine, Paul Austin.
Rawhide!
And she's back for more from the roof to the floor, Emily Poulter.
Hi.
Yay, I could do a rap.
She's back. Our special guest for this week only is back.
You didn't scare me
yep.
away.
She's only going to be here this one time, so appreciate her now before she's gone. Now, stocks are limited.
How do you reflect on your appearance on Tasteful Nudes? What did you take away from
finished
it?
product yet?
No,
She's
don't
breaking the fourth wall, Paul.
Wow.
She's breaking the fourth wall. Oh, God!
let them behind the... Yeah, but just
Oh,
in terms of the
sorry.
experience... It doesn't matter. Who cares?
It's fine. Who cares? It's only us that listens to it.
But just reflecting
It's
on
true.
it, just when you came away from the recording, how did you feel?
I enjoyed it because obviously I like listening to your podcasts anyway, but it's listening
idiot.
to them and getting to butt in
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Which is
every
nice.
listener's
that's part of
dream.
the fun.
because I often have a lot of questions. So it
Yeah, that's true.
means I don't have to pause it, do a Google, come back, just ask.
Have you got any questions for us
speaking
now?
I was going to say, speaking of questions, do we want to start with some questions?
I mean, I've got
If you would
nothing.
like.
I mean, I've got nothing.
Yeah,
this
I know
week,
you've got
so-
nothing. You don't plan anything. You let the side down every week.
So-
But the rest of us have planned some content. I don't know if Em wants to start or whether I start with mine.
I sure can. Okay,
Go for it.
I just need to find it.
There is
Super
some
excited
there.
about the
I don't wanna
question
get it
that she
wrong.
can't find.
I don't want to get it wrong. Okay. So my question is,
Okay.
because I came up with this last night, and I'd have a drink, so I
Yeah,
need to check
sure.
I said it right.
Da,
So,
da,
if
da,
you-
da, da, da.
Just fill in, the space with some various quiz show music for
I'll
us.
do a really kind of ominous intro, like it's sort
I
of.
found it now. I can't.
I know,
get my
but I'm gonna put it in
question
anyway.
Over your music. Okay.
I'll put it in anyway.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. If you had to star in a sitcom that was called Up Your Alley, who would you want to co-star with, and what would it be about?
Declan Donnelly.
God damn
Donnelly.
it! I knew you were going to go with him.
Declan Donnelly.
Why?
Well, just because I'm very invested in his career now.
You are.
I'd just like to... I think he'd be
Because
good. I
of
think it's time he
reasons
went
of-
solo. Or at least sort of did some projects without Ant McPartlin.
And you think you'd compliment him in a sitcom scenario?
Am I in? Oh, I'm in the sitcom.
Yeah,
with him.
yeah, co-star.
But have I got to be like? Have I
co-star.
got to be like a proper co-star, or can I be more like Kramer and just appear every now and then?
It's your sitcom. I've just given you the name.
I'll just appear every now and
It's
then.
just-
but
it's
it's
just gotta
mostly
be called
about
up
him.
your alley.
It's mostly about Deck,
Okay.
and he's like a
So what
he's like
happens?
he's a cleaner basically. So he goes around cleaning up the city and dreaming of being. He's got like a girly fancies played by Billy Piper, who like works in a cafe. and he always passes the cafe, but he never goes in. And he's like a street sweeper, and his dream is to clean up the city and get it together with Billy.
Aww.
That's adorable.
Up the
So
alley.
what stops him?
He wants to He wants
him?
to fuck her ass.
He wants to go up her alley.
That's
So
how
what's-
every
what
episode
stops him?
ends.
What
What's
stops him?
stopping him getting with Billy Piper?
His lack of confidence.
And what's your role?
I'm a genie.
Genie.
I'm a
This is
genie.
already a train wreck.
I'm like a genie who's like his mate, who comes in and goes,
Okay.
"Hello," and look, but he's already used all his 3 wishes on like stuff that doesn't matter. He bought like a sort of
Like on an extra good broom.
When the Nintendo DS first came out, one of his wishes was, "I want a Nintendo DS," and now he regrets that obviously because it's cool and everything, but like you just buy them really cheap. But that was one of his wishes.
Was one of them
idiot.
for like a good broom? Because he's a sweet
Yeah, he wished for a
sweeper.
really good broom, and also he wished for world peace, but that didn't last long.
He could have just wished for Billy Piper.
He could have done, couldn't he? But he
Idiot.
didn't. I know, yeah. That's one
And
of the
that's
things
what
that
the
I say
genie
to him.
brings up every time. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could have wished for it, you know.
Ooh, you could have wished for Billy Piper, you know. And
What
look
kind
at
of genie are
you.
you going to be?
Say
Are you
again?
going to be
And
like
does
proper
she-
in the lamp, or are you like an incognito one that looks like a normal human, but
It depends.
like Ford Prefect?
I'll have different.
But
He's
he's
not a
not a genie.
genie. He's an alien.
No, I know, but he's pretending to be a human.
Yeah, no, he's not really. No, he's like a proper. He's like the Great Gazoo or something. He was an alien as well, but he's like
And
a. Yeah.
also, is Billy Piper's character Billy Piper? Or
No.
is she playing somebody and you've just not come up with a name
No,
for
she's
the
playing a
character
character called
yet?
Davina,
Okay.
and she works at a cafe.
Okay. That makes a bit more sense. I was going to say, why is Billy Piper working at a cafe? She's literally able to do what she wants.
Well, you know, things are tight at the moment.
That's fair. The world is kind of fucked.
Cool, thanks. What's yours, Dan?
If it's going to be called Up Your Alley, I'd want it to be essentially every famous person with Ali as either their first or last name. So, like, and each week, famous people from not from Hollywood with Ali in their name show up. So Muhammad Ali comes in the one time, and they're like,
And
"That
go on then.
doesn't
Yeah.
count."
Okay, that
That
one.
doesn't
Yeah. Who
count.
else?
And they're like, well, and he's like, well, I couldn't get anywhere else because my head's all fucked up from all the being punched. I'm not going to attempt his accent because I don't fucking know his voice. And then, like,
No.
Mustafa Ali from WWE shows up and he's like, yeah, I technically count.
Who
And
else?
the
Go
whole
on.
point is that I can't, like, Ali Lata, she was in Heroes. Yeah, that's what I remembered. One actress. Boom.
Good.
That's all I've got.
There are
That's
actually a
really
few
all
alleys. Ali Wong.
You're both,
Yeah.
you're both sort of ignoring the fact that you got a co-star because, like, Paul, you've like, sort of like
I
giving
wasn't
yourself
I'm a
finished.
fucking
I was getting
genie. I'm a
interrupted before
genie.
my point's done.
Right,
I was interrupted before my full pitch was done. Thank you very much.
that's what we like to do. Stop you before
So,
you're
yeah.
I
done.
just wanted to hear as
And
many
then
alleys as I
complain
could.
that I've not done it when you've not given me the chance. So yeah, all of these alleys are there, and it's up your alley, and it's every week. It's me trying to, you know, get up with the various alleys who are, you know, they're having an amazing party this week,
Oh,
and I'm trying to get
yes.
up and have not the sex thing, trying to get up to their
Could be the sex
flat
thing
so
one
I
week,
can
but-
join in on the party. Yeah, obviously. And I'm trying to get into the party and it doesn't happen, and then like the next week they're doing like a charity sports game and I'm trying to get up and in with them and it doesn't happen. So the sitcom follows me in my bungled attempts to get in with all the cool alleys. And, you know, at the end of season 1 we have this traumatic moment where I finally get in and they're like, I'm sorry, Dan, you can't stay here. You're not an alley.
Oh.
You've got to be
Is
an
that the
alley to
season
get in.
finale?
The season finale, it's heartbreaking. Then we open season 2 with me legally changing my name to Ali and finally getting in, and it turns out the thing's changed in the meantime, and now that it's got to be spelt a different way, and so now it's various
So it's just the
celebrities that
same
have things to
concept
do
again.
with. It's the same concept, but it's now characters that live in or have some association with an alleyway, rather than Ali in their name. So, you know, like all the Sesame Street characters are there, And they're like,
That's a
well,
street,
technically
not an
it's an
alley.
alley. It's a street, but it counts because I'm a hack and I can't think of anyone that lives on an alleyway. And there we go.
like the
That's
idea-
up your alley.
I'm
I
struggling.
like the idea that it would be like people be watching the series and it gets to the point where you change your name and they're like, shit, there's going to be no more. Like, what can they do now with this series? And then bam,
Bam,
rules have changed.
We hit him with
Different
that.
alley.
We hit him with that
Yeah.
little firecracker.
Yeah, they
They
think you've got nothing else up
they
your sleeve,
never
that
saw it
you've
coming.
exhausted all your fun, but then bam,
Bam.
whole new series.
Little do they
Always
know
prepared.
they're dealing with Dan here.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm always prepared to BS my way out of every situation.
Relentlessly.
Fair enough.
Exactly. It's what I do. Everyone has their skills, and mine is to talk shit until it works.
Have you thought about
Okay,
this?
I'm impressed.
Have you thought about who
Yeah.
you'd have?
No, I did not give it any thought. I was just so excited that I thought of a name for the telly programme.
Fair enough. Gordon
And then
Ramsay, I
continued to
reckon.
drink.
Gordon Ramsay, and
Gordon Ramsay.
it doesn't have to be a sitcom. It could be
Yeah,
a
that was my question.
yeah, but I've
Was
changed
it.
it.
The sitcom?
Doesn't have to be a sitcom. It's a cooking show now. You and Gordon Ramsay cooking various hobo meals.
What, for hobos or just cooking
In an
hobo
alleyway.
style
For
meals?
hobo, Gordon Ramsay goes in and he's looking at all the hobo spices and he's using them all in newfangled cooking. And you're his
By
sexy,
hobo spices,
sexy
do you
cook,
mean just-
sexy cook assistant.
By hobo spices, do you just
You're like a
literally mean
ring girl.
various shades
You
of
like-
urine?
He didn't really do that,
Hey.
does he? He didn't really do that,
I
Gordon
can
Ramsay.
cook.
Yeah,
I
but
can
Gordon
cook,
wouldn't let
thank
you. He
you.
doesn't. He doesn't like women.
No, he wouldn't. I would more imagine
Oh,
that
sorry,
like,
what?
he'd be swearing his tits off, and I'd try and retort, but I'm just not quick-witted enough, and I'd just panic and just probably call him a cuck.
That'd work though.
Fuck people.
I think that might be the secret to getting in. So, okay, I'll be Gordon Ramsay. You be you.
Oh my God, so,
And he's
just
like-
so we're aware, in the last 2 minutes we've accused Gordon Ramsay of severe sexism and then called him a
Well,
cuck.
you've seen
Oh,
his
great.
shows.
Loving that we... Why is it on this show you always
The evidence.
start wars? Stop it. If anybody ever sees this, we're so fucking dead.
I've started worse wars.
Carry on with your stuff. No, carry on with your
I'm
fucking
terrified.
Ramsay
I'm
murder.
terrified of Ben Fogel.
Oh my
You
god.
should be.
As you should be.
Okay, I'll be Gordon, right? And you be
Okay.
you, and use your tactic.
Okay.
So
Right.
Gordon's like, this fucking cooking, it's shit. You're putting any sort of fucking ingredients in. You've got no care about what you're doing. Fucking hopeless. You fucking donkey. What do you have to say to that?
Dude, I just walk around and hold up signs like it's your fucking cooking. What are you on about?
I thought you were going to call him a cuck.
I did.
Did you?
Did.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were just going to say the word cuck.
No, sorry. I was more annoyed that you were insinuating that I was cooking when you said Gordon Ramsay wouldn't let you cook, and now he's insulting the cooking like it was my fault. I
Well, I
haven't
know.
even
What the
been near
fuck's his,
stuff.
what's the fuck's his deal? What is his
I
deal?
know.
But anyway, what happened is you'd call him a cuck, and he'd be like, well,
I had to satisfy my wife.
you are very mean.
Hurtful.
You're very mean. And you
Or
see him
you
like
just-
wiping the tears from his eyes.
Could just say like a complete non sequitur and just be like, really like the shoes you've chosen today.
No, that wouldn't work. But I think cuck is the only thing that'd work.
Cuck, okay.
If you'd
I mean,
like
it's
did a
always up my
non-sequitur, you'd be like,
sleeve.
don't change the fucking subject, you fucking worm. Don't change the fucking subject. And you'd be like, cuck. And he'd be like,
That's true.
and then
What
you'd
would
see
happen if I
like,
just...
you'd see a little movement in his trousers and it's his willy dropping off.
What if I was to just walk up to him and just started making out?
He would,
Not
he would,
that's something I want to do.
that would, I don't know, I think he'd probably bite your face off.
Yeah.
Or he'd probably basically fully. I'm
I
not
don't like
keeping
this
that.
show.
I'm
I
not
don't want-
keeping
I don't
that
want-
in.
This was a
I'm not
huge
keeping that in.
escalation.
Don't keep that in. That's horrible. A horrible
That was an
image.
excessive escalation there.
It's
Holy
one
shit.
thing to accuse Ramsay of being a misogynist.
A misogynist.
To accuse him of being like
and
it's probably not that. I'm not allowed to
Probably.
get away with that.
Is it libelous?
It's hard to pass that off as opinion. I could say my opinion is that Gordon Ramsay is misogynistic.
Dan's
I can't
face
say.
says
I can't
libel.
say. I can't say that my opinion is that because that is just libel.
Yeah.
But saying someone is a misogynist, or I believe they are a misogynist, that's
Can we
just
move on
opinion.
to my questions now and stop
Yeah.
focusing
Okay.
on the Gordon Ramsay finale?
It's all right, Paul. We can do our Gordon Ramsay roleplay like another time.
All right, thank you.
You
It's like
can
in our own time.
Okay,
do that
can't
in your
wait.
own time, not on Dan. This is Dan o'clock.
Yeah. Just Dan's time.
So-
Here we go. That's the new catchphrase.
So, you asked us a question. We're going to pretend that Paul didn't, completely derail
Totally
everything.
derail
there.
it.
We're going to go into my questions. So, question number 1. If you could be any fictional creature, what would you be?
For both of us.
Well, we both got to be the same one.
No, you could be different. Like, in the same way
Two-headed
every
dragon.
question has ever worked on this show, I'm asking each of you separately.
If we maybe
It's
thought
never
that
been
maybe...
like that.
You must
Yeah, but just
act
maybe we
together.
thought this one
No.
was.
Yeah, maybe we could be a two-headed dragon.
Yeah, we'll be a
'cause I was
two-headed
gonna say
dragon.
dragon. I was going to say dragon, so
We'll just be the...
We'll
yeah,
just
we'll be a
be-
two-headed dragon.
we'll be the same dragon.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. And we probably...
Or...
We'd fly around destroying shit, and then we'd just like our two
More
heads would just make
likely,
out.
though, because I mean, let's face it, neither of us are particularly dragonish.
How dare you?
I mean, I don't think the word fierce is something that applies to either of us.
It's
Sorry, Em.
I've been told I'm intimidating.
By who? Fucking stick
Like
insect.
flies?
I'm so insulted.
But but you know
You
those,
should be insulted. You're not intimidating. You're too cute for that.
you know fantasy
Can't
salamanders.
be.
Yeah.
They've got like two heads. We could be one of them.
Oh,
On
yeah.
either side of their body. More of a salamander than a dragon.
But then how would we fly?
We can't fly. Sorry, Em. We
Why
can't.
do you
What
never
is it
let
with
me
you-
fly?
Because you can't fly.
Because you keep being non-flying creatures and then assuming that they can fly.
I mean, I just said dragon.
Not all
And
dragons
then you
can
took
fly.
And then
it
you-
away.
Paul
Well,
took it
this
away.
one would. This one would. You never let me fly. You never let me have nice things.
Sorry, but
Because you would
them's the
poop on them
breaks.
from a great height.
Them's the breaks.
Fine.
So, question number 2. Who's the best stormtrooper?
Oh, Finn, obviously.
No, because he's a main character pretending to be a stormtrooper. Doesn't count.
No, he's
Has
not
to be
pretending to be a stormtrooper.
Has to be
He
a
was a
lifer. Has to be a
stormtrooper, and now he's a
stormtrooper
good
for
guy.
life.
There's no pretending
to be a
to be a
stormtrooper for life.
stormtrooper. He was born a stormtrooper.
I don't. Stormtrooper for life. Those are the rules. Who's the best stormtrooper?
I don't
Not
know, that's my answer,
Former
I'm keeping it.
stormtrooper who went to being a prick. Well, you can't.
None
That's
of
not
them.
the answer to the question. I can answer the question of it's wrong. You've been
If I
wrong.
can't have Finn, I'm not going for any of them.
Congratulations, then you've lost. You're wrong.
It's like saying who's
You're
your
an
favourite
idiot.
Nazi.
What? Who's your
We're not
favourite
going on to
Nazi?
that again.
Hitler. You go with the best. You
I
go
don't
with
like
the
the idea
king.
that every time I'm on your podcast, the conversation steers towards Nazis.
It is weird. I want to move away
It's
from that.
Paul. It's literally Paul every time. I'm not taking
It's
fucking
not,
responsibility
honestly.
for this.
I just
It
edited
is.
that episode, and honestly, it's not. It is.
He's the one that's brought up Hitler. He's the one that's brought up Hitler. And now he also brought up extremely inappropriate things that I'm not doing again in this episode alone, let alone last time. It is always Paul that does these things.
Well,
I'm
anyway,
having
the
Finn.
recording will prove all,
Who's-
won't it?
I'm sticking with Finn.
Well, It
Okay.
doesn't count. You're wrong. You're an idiot. Who's the best stormtrooper, Em? Don't listen to Paul. Paul's a fucking... Wow, I can't say that. Edit that out.
Nope.
Nope, that's in. That's in. That's my reputation gone. I'm sorry. I'm
Whoa.
angry and I'm
will edit
upset,
that
and
out.
so I wanted to
I will
say
edit
something
that out.
mean.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I presume none of them are specific because they're more like, they're cannon fodder, aren't they? But I would like to think that one of them, like, might have got bored while filming and was just like gurning inside the mask out of boredom, and he'd be my favourite.
If you're after the comedy one, there's the one that walks into the door.
I mean, that's the one
because
you
they
wanted
can't
us to
see
say.
properly out of the mask.
You just
So
wanted
you,
us to
you
say
were
that
after the one that. No, I was going to say the correct answer is third one from the left, but Paul's an idiot and got it wrong.
Finn.
Em got close. Em got
What?
close. with the
So
comedy
no,
one.
Em
That's at
didn't
least a
get
good
close. She
answer.
didn't even say a specific stormtrooper. She said an imaginary stormtrooper that
Yeah.
doesn't exist. At least I
I
said
mean,
one
It's
that's
still
actually
closer
real.
than Finn. That's not a stormtrooper.
He was a
so-
stormtrooper.
Is this the right time to say
Isn't
I haven't
anymore.
seen All
Therefore, it
Star
doesn't
Wars?
count.
I haven't seen all Star
So what?
Wars. It's not that
haven't
good.
seen All
It's
Star
not
Wars.
that good. Kids movie, innit?
Anyway,
You might as well.
um,
you're going to watch
I've seen
Star
it.
Wars, eh? You're going to watch Star Wars. You might as well watch fucking Balamori or something. Same thing.
Balamori is pretty shit.
Basically the same. It's Balamori in space.
So, third question, and I'm very sorry, Em. This one is just for Paul.
Wow.
You better
Don't
have one
worry,
that's just
I-
for me as well.
I don't this week, but I will next time. I'm sorry, you'll understand why this one's just for Paul. So,
Fine.
Paul, the other
Paul,
day...
why are you a stupid jerk who I hate? It'll be that.
I was tempted to go with that one, but no, I
Well, I
thought
could
I'd go with
answer
one a
that one
bit more
too.
relevant.
Yeah.
I thought I'd go with this one that's a bit more relevant. So the other day, Paul, did you eat the last biscuit? Did you? Did you eat the last biscuit? I was saving that, Paul. That biscuit was mine. I was saving it. Did you eat the last biscuit, Paul? Did you? Did you eat the last biscuit?
No.
That's fair enough then. Somebody else must have. Sorry about that.
I mean, that could have applied to Em as well, because she was there as well. She was there
I
too. She was
I've
here.
been in your house alone.
She was there.
So-
She was in the corner smoking the bong. She was there too.
I mean, I find it funnier to be screaming at you, also because now you have to edit that. So good luck with that one.
no, I don't.
I mean, that is quite possibly
21:50. It started about 21. I just won't listen to that time code section.
There's a video on your channel, Dan, where you're shouting in my face like that.
That's true. There's
I
several.
don't think it's that loud.
Several. I blocked them out. I only remember
Actually,
one.
what the
Just
thing
like
that,
my
although the
parents.
thing actually, just a little behind the curtain section here. When I edit the podcast, I put a little filter on the voices, like a vocal enhancer. But that same filter also stops it from peaking.
Well,
So
I
we're
didn't
good.
know that was a thing
We're
because
good.
I
Is
don't
that
know
like
what
a-
science is.
Is that like a nice filter for your voice? Because my voice sounds like shit. Is that going to make it sound
Well,
nice?
it makes it sound like radio, basically. It puts a bit of... it messes with it,
It
basically.
filters
Makes it
them
sound
because actually, ladies and gentlemen, my regular voice is extremely squeaky and sounds like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
small child, and this filter makes it sound normal.
It is
Paul's
actually,
been doing
yeah.
it on our videos since the very beginning. So, Paul, just for a moment, let's just turn the filter off. So everybody can hear my real voice. Isn't this wonderful, ladies and gentlemen? This is actually what I sound like all the time. Please put the filter... Yeah, thanks for putting the filter back on. That was,
Wonder
that
how long
was a
you're
terrible
going to go.
time, wasn't it?
I actually just sound like Ainsley Harriott.
Yeah, it's weird.
I thought you
I'll
were
turn the
Ainsley
I'll turn
Harriott.
the
This
filter
is-
off now. And there, right, I'll put in just a sound clip of Ainsley Harriott.
Yeah, because there's no way I'm doing an impression.
Oh, there you go. Switch back the filter back on now.
Oh, that feels better.
As if it's live. As if it's fucking live.
It is live, Paul. Stop breaking the immersion. My God, man.
Yep.
So, I believe, crazy as it sounds, I believe we have a feature that we need to do here. Now that we've got all the questions out of the way, all of that, silliness and Paul being wrong about stormtroopers. And he totally ate the last biscuit, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to deny it because he's a Nazi, but he did eat the last biscuit.
Can we
so
not?
let's
Can we
move
not
on to
make
the
this
next
the
feature.
Nazi podcast? Let's
You're
try.
the one that keeps bringing it up. I brought up this once. I got one. Everyone gets one, okay? I ain't having that.
I think.
Can't believe you had
Well,
the last biscuit.
I mean, I haven't asked you about Yakuza. What's going on with Yakuza?
we've kind of missed that like 4 weeks in a row, mate. Like, at this point, it's no longer
How-
a feature. You let it die.
Well,
But fine. How is Yakuza? I've been petitioning Xbox to put more Yakuza games on there, and they sent me a letter back saying, we don't know who you are, please stop emailing us and give us back our child. And so instead I've been looking elsewhere. So CEX in town opened up and I went in there. They don't have any for any consoles, past,
Whoa.
present or future.
It's a popular game.
No Yakuza. Apparently it is. Like, it's very upsetting because in the past I've been in there and they've had loads of them and they've not been popular. But apparently in lockdown, Yakuza is the shit. So I can't find it. So I'm going to have to kidnap more people's children until I get more of the Yakuza
not
games.
again.
It's the only answer that makes sense. It's the only answer that makes sense, ladies and gentlemen. So it's not really the feature I was talking about, but...
I was going to say, is the feature that you're talking about when Paul's really angry?
Paul's weekly hate watch.
No, I haven't got one of them this week.
No, he doesn't have one of those because his daily hate watch is more an occasional
more
thing.
bi-weekly
and the
than
daily
that.
was a mistake on his point. It was a mistake on his part, I think.
It is, no,
So,
actually, crash correction. There is actually a...
whoa! Edit that back. We'll have none of that.
Sorry.
We'll have
Tasteful
none of this. We
Nudes,
don't mention
touch up.
garbage.
Tasteful Nudes touch up.
If you
I
leave that bit in, Paul, I will come to your house and shit through your fucking letterbox.
So-
Don't you dare. I will not have that garbage mentioned on this high-class, highbrow product.
So,
Wanker.
there's a bit of a problem. I mean, when I first did Daily Hate Watch, I said it was a reference to 1984
1984.
because of the Daily Hate. It's not called the Daily Hate in 1984. It's called the 2-Minute Hate.
You've let yourself
Yeah.
down, Paul.
So the 2-Minute
I
Hate
wouldn't
Watch,
know, I've not
2-Minute
read it.
Hate Watch is actually more accurate. Although I'll probably go over 2 minutes. So that's what it's called
Yeah,
from now
you
on.
do go
2-Minute
over.
Hate Watch.
And then go over 2 minutes every time, and that's the
Sorry,
gimmick.
listeners. I
love it.
feel like I've really let you down there.
You should feel sorry.
Yeah.
Especially because you still haven't got to the feature that's the only one we have.
Well, we're only
That's
on
a
26
genuine
minutes.
feature.
If we get that out of the way, then what are we going to do?
We'll vamp, Paul. We'll panic. I'll ask you about your... I don't know. That time you went to the moon. I don't know. I'm out of ideas.
I'm saving
Just-
that for,
Well, you,
for a
Paul,
special.
you
thing.
said that. You said that we're allowed to have a brief break, didn't you? When I was worried that the podcast had to go on forever and I wasn't allowed to interrupt it.
Sure, I don't remember this, but yeah, I mean, you can have a break.
I'll just be 1 minute.
So unprofessional.
I've still got my headphones on though.
Okay. Is this genuine or is this a bit?
Just... I don't know.
What have you got? Have you got to go and
I'm
like, have
very
a shit
concerned.
or a piss or something? Oh, okay. I mean, I'm so keeping. I'm keeping this in.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're
clearly
100% keeping
in.
this in.
I mean, you think
I mean, he's probably just going to edit in some pooping noises.
you stopped the recording? Oh, okay,
He's
but the
probably
recording is
just gonna
still
edit
going.
in poop noises, you know that, right?
God for that. That shat me up, listeners. That shat me up, listeners, because I thought that we'd have to resync it and shit.
We'll see.
Did you leave the room?
Yeah.
You'll still be able to hear her.
So the litter is not in my bedroom.
Oh, I don't know.
That'd be pretty unbearable.
Why was it? You could smell it though.
Yeah,
If smell,
that's
but if
how bad it
smell
was.
particles can transfer from room to room, then surely sound particles can. That's science.
But maybe the smell particles are stronger than the sound ones. Why are we having this conversation?
I hadn't thought about that.
What is my life?
Have I told you
How
guys
did
about
I
my
get
fruit
here?
theory
No.
and veg? It's fruit and
I
veg.
want to know.
Do you know like?
go on.
Do you know big veg that they have in like country fairs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet that doesn't taste as nice. I know that doesn't taste as nice because I've tasted it, and I think that's because the flavour particles are more spread out. So you get the same amount of flavour particles in like big veg as you get in like normal sized veg, because they're so spread out that it just doesn't taste as good.
That makes absolutely no sense.
No, it does make
at all.
sense. It does make sense. I'm going to edit that so you're saying it makes absolutely sense. Again, it's going to be a bit of a dodgy edit, but it's going to work.
I'm trying to figure out how to say that makes no fucking sense without, like, so that you can't edit it.
Makes no fucking sense.
I'm just going to say no.
No sense, Paul. You're a fucking idiot. There you go.
Nope. It doesn't make
Well,
sense.
just
How does it
edit
not make sense?
Just
What doesn't
use
make
the word
sense about it? Explain to me.
Well,
Because
You can't, can you?
Flavour particles aren't a thing for
Flavour
a start.
particles.
well, also, like, when something's growing, it's not like, you know, like a strawberry's growing, that little bud, that's not all the flavour.
Okay.
And as it gets bigger, it gets... Like, if you ate that bud, it wouldn't taste extremely
Have
like
you tasted
strawberry,
big
would
veg
it?
and big fruit?
Yeah.
It doesn't taste as good, does it?
Because it's pumped full of chemicals to make
Doesn't
it that
taste
size.
as good. It's the
Have
flavour
you just been
particles.
eating marrows?
Flavour
You've just been eating
particles.
marrows and you realise that marrows don't really taste of
No,
anything.
I'm not talking different veg.
There are-
I'm talking like a big carrot. It
There are
wouldn't
big
taste as
veg.
good.
I disagree. There are some big veg that is really nice.
The big veg that is
I've
nice, but
tasted
it's
big
meant to be
carrots in the
big.
same size. I've tasted big carrots and small carrots, and they taste the same.
Bullshit. You're all lying.
I'm hearing innuendo.
Conspiracy
Dan's like,
here.
I've had big carrots. I've had small carrots. They're all good, baby.
Look,
Who refers to a penis as a carrot?
I've heard
not
someone
orange
refer to
for a
penis as
start.
carrot that you are aware of.
don't fucking kink shame, Paul.
Yeah, wow.
Some of us have had severe medical issues, and I don't need you to mock
Oh, sorry,
them,
I
all
thought
right?
you were saying don't kink shame Paul.
Oh, I thought you were saying don't
no.
shame the fact that I talk to people who talk about their dicks as if they're carrots.
I was telling Paul off because he's, making comments about, oh, who calls them carrots? Oh, who's got a dick
Who
that's
does,
orange?
though? Who
Like,
does?
don't be
Come
mean.
on.
Look, I have severe medical issues, and I will not have you mock them on this podcast.
And I've talked to people who
You
refer
bite
to their dick
carrots
a
as well, you
carrot.
don't suck them. Like, if you bite them. Who wants their, who
You're
wants their
eating them
dick eaten?
Yeah, you're eating the wrong carrots,
Chomp.
mate.
Yeah. You bite carrots. Bit weird. You meant to like.
Can you
suck
tell
it
that we've
until
run
it
out of
dissolves.
material, listeners? Can you tell that we've run out of stuff to say?
We haven't run out of material. I keep trying to push you guys to give me the fucking sketch idea, but you people are just so determined to derail.
Well, I haven't come up with a word, but I'll just come up with one now.
I feel like it's not running out of content. It's more that, well, I don't know about you guys. It's more that I've forgotten that we're actually meant to be recording
It's running.
something that people.
I
will
imagine
want
this
to listen
podcast
to.
is like running on a treadmill. And any moment,
I just get distracted.
at any moment, the treadmill could just stop, and we'll just keep running into a pit of scissors.
That's
has a pit
100%
of
what a
scissors?
conversation with you feels like, Paul.
Anyway.
It feels like I'm running for my life, and at any point, I could go flying into a pit filled with nails, snakes, and poison.
Yeah, Boyzone. What Boyzone doing? In there?
Poison!
Oh,
Poison!
sorry, it's a microphone issue there, listeners.
So much. It's nothing.
One Direction are in the corner. So it's time for our brilliant feature that we do every week. Come up with a sketch, bastard. That's the new name for it. So one of us every week
I
has
love
to.
that we've changed the freaking jingle for that every week.
One of us has to improvise a sketch based on a word that we've come up
Paul is
with.
determined that we will shoot them.
And they're
at
going to be
later
shot,
date.
yeah. The rule is that they have to be realistic, Emily. They have to be able.
Yes, but you didn't give me that brief before you
No,
asked
but I
me
gave you the brief
question.
before you said Clippy. So you could have changed Clippy to
Yeah.
I don't know, a man, a small man.
I-
But you
And
And
didn't.
there's also the
It's an
fact that you've
essential part.
heard episodes of the podcast before, so you should know.
That's also
But it's an
true.
essential part of the plot.
We're not going back on that. We're not covering
We're
that again.
not fighting that battle
done
again.
that.
We've had that fight. We've had that war.
So
To break them apart, listeners, I'm pretty sure M was going to stab him with scissors. It was going to be, it was brutal. Anyway,
the word is.
Safety
See, I am
scissors.
scary.
Oh,
I
fuck
am
me.
intimidating.
What's even the
only when
point?
you've got safety scissors in hand. Fuck you! You can't play this. 10 minutes I've been fighting this, and you've got 1 minute. I will.
Oh, it's just unprofessional.
When I next see you, Paul,
unprofessional,
I'm going to break your
listeners.
fucking ankles. I swear to Christ.
The word is escape.
So it's Dan trying to escape from Paul's bullshit for an entire episode. No, I'm sorry. I'm just really bitter about having to deal with this shite every week. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
He's doing his tactic again, listeners. He's doing his tactic where he's putting off coming up with it, so he's got more thinking time. Even by going on his leg, that's giving extra
I
thinking
was
time.
literally saying what it is. But fine. Escape. So, Dan and Paul are sat around the flat, not really doing anything, doing the usual thing, reading the paper that it's upside down.
Yeah.
Dan's, trying to eat a bottle of milk rather than, drink it because he's an idiot. The usual really stupid DDC things. And suddenly the TV turns on and Dan goes, "Oh, wow! My hentai comics has called us directly!" Thinking that it's going to come on to that. And instead what appears on the TV is M in, really poorly done jigsaw makeup.
That'll be
And
fun.
she's
That's because you've seen my Halloween costume of Jigsaw, isn't it?
I didn't know you'd done that. That's awkward.
I have, yeah.
Very sorry.
There we go. If we
I'm
can't
very
get him, we'll
sorry.
just take that photo and animate it.
Yeah, when I said poorly done, I was literally just meaning as in, do not put in any effort into this. Like, throw talc at yourself and then lipstick the cheeks. Done. Like, no effort required, comes up on the screen and does the usual, cliche of, "Hello, boys. I want to play a game." Obviously, it doesn't have to be that deep a voice. Or we'll just superimpose mine over it. No, you don't get to ask questions, Paul. That's not how the game works.
I've just got an observation.
No, I don't care.
When did Jigsaw ever say hello, boys?
No.
Hello, boys.
No.
clearly haven't watched
Okay?
all of the
I'm not
Saw
allowed to interrupt your sketch. I leave yours well enough alone, even when they're complete fucking bollocks. I'm not going to have you interrupt mine before I've even finished it. This is not a fucking democracy. This is a dictatorship. I will burn this building to the fucking ground.
Well, that's your building.
Mouth.
I'm not in there.
Shut the goddamn mouth! Swear to Christ! No!
Just carry on, Dan. It's fine. Sorry.
So yeah, this episode is a fucking monstrous episode. Anyway,
it's pretty shambolic.
M's on the screen. Yeah, is why do we do this every week? Why do we bother? Don't answer that. Just let me finish. M's on the screen. Does the whole shut up? Does a whole "Hello, boys. I want to play a game" in a proper voice, not in your camping bullshit, Paul.
Hello, boys.
God damn it.
Emily's just walked off. Emily's just walked off.
Em's gone, and Paul's being a prick. Great. I'm never going to finish this sketch. So, and, Paul looks a bit concerned, whereas Dad's like, "Oh boy, I love games. Is it Monopoly?" I'm terrible at Monopoly. And then, slow zoom in on his face like he's having a Vietnam flashback, but with Monopoly. And then the camera will cut back to Em after, an uncomfortable amount of time resting on Dan's face. And she'll be like, "Escape if you can, survive if I let you." And then the screen will go black again, and we'll start hearing, loads of horrible, sort of torture device sounds, like a chainsaw revving up, gas being pumped into the room, fire starting, all of this sort of thing. We start looking around really panicked and very concerned, and then look out the window and you can see just a really terrible animation of fire coming from the window next door and going, "I think Em got our address wrong." And that's the sketch.
There you go. That's the sketch.
And there's escape in there because Em said
What's it called?
There
you
you
got
go.
a title for it? Hello, boys.
It's just called Escape.
Oh, it's just called Escape. Yeah, that's
Because
fair enough.
the whole point of each of these is that they're one words.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah. Good point.
I'm down for that. If you want to do that
You're
one.
the one that demands that we do these things. And then you don't even remember your own rules.
No, I know.
I don't think I'm going to be here for this one next week, guys. I think I'm going to let you two do it. I don't think I want to do this again.
Wow.
I think it's really, really affecting my stress levels.
We broke down.
I think
We'll be like the Sugar Babes. It started with you two, Dan leaves, and then I get rid of Paul and bring in someone else.
So is Dan Beyonce?
Beyonce
That's
was ever in the Sugar
Destiny's
Babes.
Child.
No, she was.
That's Destiny's Child.
No, she was in the Sugar
Feckin'
Babes.
No,
Do you remember
Beyonce's
her?
Destiny's Child.
It was
I hate
Beyonce,
you so
Left Eye
much.
Lopez,
I wish I was dead!
and
That was really loud.
And Bono.
I'm going
Please
to
do.
question that.
well, anyway, listeners, see ya.
See you around YouTube.
I haven't given you my sketch.
No, we don't all do one every week.
Don't we all do one?
No!
Oh.
It's one person does it each week.
I thought you'd listen to this
Okay.
podcast.
I do. I just like to be involved.
Fucking hell, Jesus Christ! Fuck me, listeners. Honestly, I'm used to.
I'm just going to tell you once we've stopped recording. I'm going to tell you my idea.
You don't come up with an idea. Oh, fine.
I've got one, so it's too
That-
late.
so
You said escape, and my brain just.
You didn't need to do that. Save it. It might be
Well-
useful. Is it short?
I don't know.
You don't
I
know.
vocalised it.
Oh, I'll say it now. We'll keep it. We'll put it on the pod. Fuck it. Who cares? Go on, do it.
Okay, am I allowed?
Yeah.
I mean, you just cut out. You could have just cut it where you guys said bye.
Nope.
Okay. So it's like Escape from Alcatraz, but instead it's with the cast of the live action Wind in the Willows, and they're like So they're doing everything that happened with the guys who escaped from Alcatraz, but as they clamber through the hole in their cell wall, Mole turns around to look back at Ratty, see how he's getting on, and suddenly Ratty has become Hitler.
Mole is
and then
Steve.
We zoom out, it's Hitler back in his straitjacket, and then it's like, bam! Actually, you were just watching Hitler again.
So,
and then it cuts to him dancing around in the fountain with his umbrella.
So, Em, I have 2 points. One, the whole point of the sketches is that they're meant to be something we can do on the channel.
You knew that this time, and you did know that this time.
And
how are we going to get Steve Coogan?
We can do that. And
he's not busy, is he?
Secondly, this is a big one, and I hope you're listening. Stop bringing up fucking Hitler!
I just want someone to make a sitcom about
Well, they're not
him.
going to, okay? They're not going to.
I'm going to get so many complaints. The police are going to show up for my fucking volume.
I also don't think, when you say come up with a legit, doable sketch, I don't think my brain works like that. I can't think of something that's realistically
Well, you can't play
possible.
the game anymore.
Aww.
You can't
well,
play.
I'm going to come up with my own
you
segment.
Can't play with.
I'm going to do my own segment.
You can't play with us anymore.
Well, I'm going to come up with my own segment and make you guys
with
come up with the
blackjack and
complicated.
hookers and
So,
forget the
okay,
segment.
talk us through how your segment works.
Well, I don't know. I haven't come up with
Are
it
we
yet.
still going? Can I go yet?
Yeah, fuck it.
I'll come
Please.
up with the segment for next
Fuck
week.
it.
I'll come up with one.
Oh, that one's going to be a nightmare
show
to
is
edit. Oh, God. See you, listeners.
So I start recording.
No, we haven't said
so
bye
you know
yet.
what to do.
You haven't said bye.
Oh, you said bye
See
like
you
half an
around
hour
you.
ago.
Not properly, though.
Bye.
No, let Dan do the sign off
for death.
first.
Christ, this is
See
complicated.
you around, YouTube.
Fuck off.
Bye.
I wish I was dead.